Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a little full moon report in Pisces, and technically the full moon occurred September 13th in parts of the world, so yesterday, and for us Canadians in Eastern time, and I'm in Toronto right now, it's happening today, so it's technically on the 14th. Regardless, the energy of the full moon can affect your life, some of us up to a week before it occurs, but it's more intense a couple of days before, especially during, and a few days after, even up to a week after. Again, it depends on where Pisces is in your specific astrological birth chart, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about in this video. However, the main theme for this full moon is feeling all your feels and allowing yourself to dream big. Because here's the thing, Pisces is a water sign, and it is known as it's quite a psychic sign. It's very spiritual. It's a very romantic sign. So it's the sign that sees romance with rose-colored glasses and has all these abstract fantasies, and I can attest to that. Sometimes I'm ridiculous with like my romantic fantasies. But it's also the sign, it's known as the dreamer, right? And you want to think of Pisces as this way. If you look at like a lake of water, you can only see the surface. Pisces isn't like a superficial surface sign. It's like it really runs deep. So this full moon is gonna really force you, whether you want to feel it or not, and depending on, like I said, where Pisces is in your chart, it could be really intense for you, your feelings during this time. So cut yourself some slack and give yourself some space and freedom to just maybe feel what you've been neglecting to feel lately. And it could maybe not just be as of late, but for some of us, it could be months and years of the stuff that we repress. Pisces is here for you to feel things so you can transform them, you can transmute them, and you can heal, because we can't move forward if we don't allow ourselves to feel what we need to feel, okay? So just be a little bit patient, be a little bit more compassionate with yourself, because this is the energy of the Pisces moon. It's going to get you really into those feels. Secondly, because it's such a psychic sign, your intuition can be more on point. So I'm really saying now's the time to really honor what maybe your gut feelings are telling you, because chances are 9 out of 10, you're probably right. So act on that. It's not necessarily going through logic, but really checking in with yourself intuitively and being like, is that a yay or nay? And if it's a hell, if it's not a hell yes, it's hell no. It's like that simple. Also with Pisces, so Pisces is great because it's the dreamer. So if you're feeling stuck in your life, either a personal area of your life, a professional area of your life, Pisces will, if you give yourself time and space again to kind of just daydream, it gives you access to new ways of seeing things, to new solutions, to new creative ideas that can help you get the results that you want, that you might have not otherwise been able to have access to or to see. So it's really great for different creative insights and solutions to certain areas of your life where you feel really stuck. But in order to do that, like I said, you need to give yourself some space to just let your mind wander and daydream, okay? Because that's how you'll be able to really leverage this Pisces psychic, daydreaming, creative ideas energy. However, the downfall with Pisces and this moon is Pisces is also known as the escapist. So when shit hits the fan and the going gets tough, Pisces does a wonderful job, and I can attest to that, to just create a different fantasy life, to like just check out from, whatever it's dealing with if it doesn't want to deal with it. And look, I'm going to be honest with you, that's okay. Sometimes we need and we want some breathing room from reality. That's not a bad thing. And we want to disconnect. And Pisces can help you do that, but be careful that you don't get too, you're not kind of really escaping or avoiding certain things, because here's the reality of the situation. And I'm someone with Pisces in my moon, meaning like that's my inner nature to do that. And I've had to really train myself to say, like, just because I escape or create a different reality or check out or avoid that issue, it doesn't mean that it's going to be resolved or it's going to go away. But again, cut yourself some slack if you need to just like disconnect for a bit, but don't get too lost down the rabbit hole either. Some questions to ask yourself during this full moon is really, well, actually, before I go into the questions, I really encourage you to know or study or maybe do a reading on your astrological chart. This is something that I do with my soul alignment coaching clients in my program. This is not something you have to do specifically with me, but it's really important because you know how every full moon, everyone's like, oh, it's release the things and set intentions. Well, I'm all about like, let's use this as efficiently as possible. So if you know, for example, where Pisces lands in your chart, for me, it's my moon sign, it's Jupiter, the planet of good luck, expansion, fortune, and it resides in my 8th house. There's 12 houses in your astrological chart. And what the 8th house means for me is investments. It's all about rebirth and death. So major transformation, the occult, so areas like taboo stuff or like things that are the mysterious occult or spiritual things like astrology or tarot reading or psychic abilities. It's also the house of intimacy and sex. So I knew that this full moon was coming up, and my moon and my Jupiter, good luck planet, is in that house. So I spent the past week really studying more like astrology, and it felt like I just like would read something and it would be like permanently downloaded in my brain, because I knew that I'm going to leverage this Pisces energy, my Jupiter in Pisces in the 8th house, which has to do with all like the occult stuff like spirituality and astrology, etc. for me. So and it also really made me feel a lot of things are really, and my dreams were crazy vivid, right? So for me, I felt like when I went to bed, I was like living another reality. And when I woke up, I was like, am I ever sleeping? So that's how it manifested for me. And I did really get lost in my daydreams, like to a point where I was like, I need to focus on the things that I need to get done. Like I can't just be spaced out all day. So for you, your Pisces might be in your 1st house, which has all to do with your identity, your personality. Depending what planets there will affect the expression of Pisces. So I think, it's great that we will set intentions or let go of things during new moons and full moons, but when you know what sign that falls into your astrological chart, you can really leverage the energy of the moon to your fullest. And that's what I did, and I really advise you to do the same, okay? And now I'm going to ask you 3 questions that you can kind of journal, or you can just reflect on. You don't have to write it. Is what feelings are you neglecting what feelings are you not allowing yourself to feel? And why are you afraid to feel these feelings? Number 2, to really tap into your intuition, is ask yourself, what would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? And where would you have me go? And just notice what comes up. Don't second guess it. Don't overanalyze it. Again, Pisces is all about intuition, gut feelings. Trust those feelings now, especially. Like, use this time to your advantage. And then the last question that I want to ask you is, what part of your dreams, or like I would say dreams that you have for yourself, do you keep hidden? Because again, Pisces is the daydreamer. It's the one that helps you see new things and new possibilities for your goals and your dreams. So why do you keep these hidden in your life? And then consider revisiting your goals or your dreams that maybe you put on the back burner for the past couple weeks, months, years, and start to daydream and tap into like what maybe new ways of starting to live that out in your life now. So I hope you like this report. Feel free to tag a friend or share it with someone who's also into this astrological stuff. And I'm wishing you a very happy Pisces full moon.